Guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to be sharing things that Kenyans do that Americans just will never understand. Guys, we have questions. And so we want to share 4 things with you, and we want you to help us understand it. Like my husband always says, when somebody says something and he is not quite sure about it, he'll say, explain your thought process. And so today we want you to help us make it make sense. We've been living in Kenya almost 2 years now. We moved from the US and we love it here, but there are just some things that happen in Kenya that we don't necessarily understand. And the number one thing is driving so dangerously.
Yeah, that ain't the first thing. That's the number one thing.
It's the number one thing. Yeah. And we've been talking about this with you guys in the comments on one of our shorts where we said driving in Kenya is dangerous. And we're speaking from personal experience, guys. Yeah. What is our personal experience?
They know that donkey story, hit that donkey, and they said the donkey did a somersault.
Even above the donkey, guys, I thought I was in the upper room. Like when that car hit that donkey, like I saw the donkey, and then I saw the donkey like right in front of the car. Then I saw all white. And I heard nothing. I thought I was in heaven.
Me, get out.
Then I heard him saying, get out, get out, get out. Then I opened my eyes and I saw smoke everywhere and I realized, okay, I'm not dead.
Right.
But that accident was so tragic that I honestly have PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder.
You do, because you don't really try to feel cars like
no, and I feel like myself getting nervous now, like whenever our driver is driving fast, and like even now Jermaine tells our driver to slow down. We had one driver, you asked him to slow down when he was taking us to the airport, right?
That joker went about 40 kilometers per hour. It was real slow, but I was like, I don't care.
It was so slow.
But we had some funny comments, right? In the comment section. What did the guy say about when he comes here?
So one guy, he said he's Kenyan, and he said when he comes home to Kenya, he said he doesn't know like why when he gets in a car, he starts driving crazy too. So like we don't understand.
No, it may be, I don't know, something in the air.
So so the driving here, guys, and the accident was really, really bad. It was 4 of us in the vehicle. The airbags deployed. The car was damaged. The front end of the car was smashed, and a donkey was gone.
Listen,
after that.
if you've never been to the continent, I don't know what the rest of the continent does. I know what Kenya does.
Right. Because other people say other countries in Africa are worse.
Some say, well, it can.
They're going through it in the comments, Jermaine.
I don't care what. Tell them to Google it. Some might be worse, but Kenya is in the lowest,
most dangerous,
15%. Some people say 6% in the world. So, and if you know what, you can go to YouTube and watch some of those dangerous roads things.
Yeah.
It seems like they hype it up. No, they don't. Because when we on the way out there, I'll see trucks zooming in between.
In between the 2 lanes, a car will go down the yellow line.
It's a 2-lane road, and he going in between them to pass somebody, and that's all the way. If
and then sometimes people have to ride off the side a little bit.
Right, and people used to, I'm not going to lie, after a while I get used to
Jermaine was about to throw up in the car, y'all. The day we crashed, Jermaine has never gotten motion sickness.
No.
The day we crashed, he was like, I feel sick.
Yeah, right before we crashed, that was just the Lord telling me, you about to hit the donkey.
Listen, y'all, I looked out the window, all I seen was fume, 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 fume.
Nothing.
Everything. The cows was going by fast.
I couldn't even make out what animals was after a while.
We was going fast.
Yeah, but I mean, not when we going fast, because every time we go somewhere, it's not super fast.
Not every time, no.
But I'm getting used to these trucks just driving in between people, and your driver might have to go off the road, or other driver. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, if you hadn't been here,
you don't know.
And you go outside of Nairobi, you think Nairobi driving is wild.
Somebody left a comment and said they was in Nairobi not too long ago. They was here for a visit, and they said they was in a boat. They was in a Uber, and the matatu came. She said the matatu came so close she could have reached out her hand and touched the bumper of the matatu. It was so close to her vehicle.
Listen, when you come to Kenya, you gotta get used to that. It's every day I can touch somebody else's car with my hand. I can just reach out the window and say, ah.
Yeah, it's so close. It's people,
the matatus don't have to stop for people to get off. Like, if you haven't been to Kenya, you don't know that. Like, matatu be rolling on, jump off, and then they'll come to a complete walk. They're not walking like nothing happened. And you're looking like, what?
Our friends keep saying we need to take the matatu. If I jump off of a matatu, I'm dead. Because I can't jump off and then get my rhythm. I fell walking
on the sidewalks. Yeah, so imagine somebody jump off the matatu on the sidewalk, run, and then walk. Listen, this is a skill to that thing.
It is. And if you from America, you're not ready. Jermaine, what did I see yesterday? I told you the matatu had stopped, picked up some people, but then it kept going. And then I just see a guy booking.
Right. You
and
thought
then
he was
I saw
left.
the trees and I said, oh man, he done missed it. Then the matatu came through the tree. He was holding on the back of the matatu like Spider-Man.
He ain't left until he can't touch it.
I said, what?
Yeah, this is...
It's different, guys.
Once the city bus has got 10 feet in front of us, we're
going to stop running.
Because we know he's not going to stop because...
This guy sped up.
They don't stop either, but he's still getting on that bus.
He sped up. He said, no. You ain't leaving me. Not today, cuz. So the number 2 thing is that Kenyans do that Americans will never understand is fix one thing while simultaneously damaging another.
Let me tell you something. I can laugh at it because it ain't mine, right? So if it was mine, I definitely would be pissed off.
Right.
But, like we have somebody come fix something. As soon as they leave, I said, where did that crack come from, or that chipped, or extra hole? Yeah, it is. I was like,
or it's not aligned anymore. Right. The thing that was broken is now fixed, but now something else is undone.
Right. Now I realize, okay, we actually got to explain what it is. Yeah. It's not when people come to fix something, a lot of times they're not a true expert. They just know how to do it.
And it's a word for it. Like let us know in the comment section below. We call it jack of all trades or Jill of all trades. It's somebody that doesn't really specialize at one specific thing, but they have a skill and ability to do a little bit of everything.
Oh, Jill of all trades. This must be this new age. Never heard of that.
I did. I heard Jack and Jill of all trades. And so our friend called it an artisan, but there was another word that he used with a J.
Tell us what it is.
Let us know in a comment. What is somebody who is not exactly trained to do a certain thing, but they know how to do a certain thing?
And might do multiple things.
Like me and you. We've done a lot of DIY. We built a deck. We've put down flooring. We're not experts at this. We've done plumbing, and we've done the plumbing, then it had a little leak to it because we didn't know what we were doing.
You hired me for it? I'm going to tell you something too.
No. Yeah.
So don't get mad at me. Right. I'm going to tell something inside of your house.
Right. If you hire us to put some flooring in,
we can get it done. Your walls have a hole in it.
Everything might not be aligned.
Yeah.
And so that's how, so help us understand. And it's crazy, y'all, because I'm going to just tell you a story. We have a friend, he's building a house or whatever in his home village. And we were so excited about him, and he was so excited, with his whole process.
Specialty roofs.
And so he wanted this special roof to be built. Man, he done got the flooring done. The building is up. Next thing he has to do the roof, and we getting updates all the time. Man, the people came in, he wanted like a slanted in roof. The people built the roof, but they built it in a way that the water settled in the middle, which of course it was, but the lining wasn't put in properly, and it started flooding the house. So it
slammed right in the house.
So, yeah. And I feel like it took the wind out of his sails.
Not to say some of this stuff doesn't ever happen in the States.
Yes.
Because it does.
You know what they're going to say it happens in the
States.
States.
This is an everyday occurrence.
And let me give you an example, guys. So we had a plumber come and install our dishwasher. And when he was installing our dishwasher, he actually had dropped his screwdriver onto the kitchen floor, which made a tiny hole in the kitchen floor. And it wasn't a big deal, but to him it was a big deal because he realized he had damaged our floor. He did something.
Home, yeah,
back home. He had put even though it was a small hole, and I told him I said it was right. But what he did was he took off the $75 charge that was for him to come out. He just charged us to install the dishwasher, and he didn't charge that fee to come out. So that's kind of how things are handled in the U.S. if someone damages your cabinet.
A reputable person, because you could run into somebody who may try to hide it.
It's true, but I supervise the people who do the work in the U.S. Same as I do here. I do supervise here. But again, when somebody fixes something here, I just leave it. It's not,
it ain't yours.
Yeah, it's not my things. So help us understand, guys, what is that called here? And we gave you the word for it in the U.S.
Yeah.
But this is not a common thing. Somebody fixing something and damaging.
No, not in like a commercial setting.
Yes, like if Home Depot delivers a fridge, and if they damage something in your house.
Yeah, but if you call like a handyman. Like he might do it, but not like if you own a hotel or a store. No, they're gonna have to do this thing correctly.
And even in the U.S., a lot of the people who do services, like if you really care about your property, you're gonna get somebody who's licensed and bonded. So if they do damage something,
I don't know the rules over here.
So we don't know the rules here. So the number 3 thing that Kenyans do that Americans will never understand is party till 6 a.m, even during the week.
Of course, y'all know I don't party.
Oh, yeah, true.
Right. But I've seen the sun come up before in my younger days. I wish I wouldn't have, but I did see the sun come up. But that was every once in a while. Well, we say every.
And typically the weekends. If it was going to be anything, it was going to be a Friday or Saturday. What did you do on the weekdays? Never mind. Never mind.
Well, I'm just saying. We not talking about me right now.
You was giving your story.
No, I wasn't. That was as far as I was going. You prying the product.
Okay, go ahead.
So, but this is Thursday, Sunday, Thursday,
Monday.
Monday. I was like, first of all, I don't know where these people get all this energy from to stay up all night.
Till 6 a.m.
And the second, I don't know why. Like, the last time I did it, I was 20, like early 20, and I was miserable. And I said, nah, you won't catch me doing this. And
it's a weird feeling because we'll go to bed at night, right? You go to bed around 8, 9, 10 o'clock, right? And you hear the music. Boom, 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 right? Then when you wake up when the sun is up, 6:30 in the morning, boom, 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 the same music is going.
I was like, are they still? And you know what? The craziest part, it's not that they're up until 6, 7. It's where it is.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, this is kind of residential. So you have a club up there. Yeah. It'll be residential,
all around it.
Residential club.
Another club.
Boom, boom. Then residential, it's not like a district. Like a lot of times you have district or bars have their, like a line of bars.
Where all the bars and clubs are.
So they're confined to the bar places.
Yes.
But no, you are in the bar places.
Exactly.
You're in that area.
And sometimes like in Nairobi, it could be in your building too.
And I know they are supposed to have laws against that here, but let me tell you something. They are not strictly enforced.
No, absolutely not. So as an American, if you come in, just kind of keep that in mind. If, noise is something. Yeah. So, and then the other thing is, that sometimes is that Kenyans do that Americans don't understand is give advice more than asking for advice. Since moving to Kenya, I have gotten advice on starting businesses, buying property, investing in real estate, buying land, just all kinds of advice, where to invest, how to spend my money, what to do.
Man, I'm talking about, I've had somebody suggest how to get to the States. I was like, that's not really going to work. Yeah. They're like, no, it'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
visa advice.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Huh. Immigration advice.
Yeah. And it's wild to me because I think most of you watching, right? Ryan, right? Ryan Fagan.
Yeah.
That's like me going to Ryan and saying, hey, Ryan, you ought to not do this property right here.
Right.
And he asked me why. Just because I said so.
I think it's a good idea. You should buy over here instead of there. And I look at near property.
I got no properties here. And I don't know how many Ryan's got at this point, but I'm just saying, I have no right to really question, or I can ask questions.
Yeah, but just having like a reference point, enough information to like really give the person advice through personal experience. And so that's just how, like for me, right? We meet a lot of people like living outside the States. And one thing I do is when I meet somebody and I realize they know something, I ask for their experience. I ask because asking expands my knowledge. We have real estate. And so I ask people what their experience is with real estate, especially if they're doing it differently from me. I don't just go and start giving them advice because I'm always wanting to pick somebody's brain. Yeah. So I just think, that's just something I don't understand. That's like me going to Warren Buffett and telling Warren Buffett what he should invest in.
Yeah.
That's just kind of,
we're not like trained to do that. Cause first of all, Americans are probably a little bit nasty. Warren probably say, man, if you don't get out my face. So But it's just something funny to me.
It is. It's
I don't understand it. But,
and we just want your help in helping make it make sense. And I think we're learning things, but we're really asking for your feedback. Just be honest with. So in the comments, guys, help us understand the thought process. Because we have a lot of Americans coming over here. We have, ourselves are here. And so we want to kind of understand and see how we can, contribute to the conversation. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. When we hit 20,000 subscribers, we are going to be doing our African ancestry DNA test. So, we just hit 10,000 and we're doing our ancestry.com DNA test. So make sure you subscribe because we're going to be having those results coming up in a couple of months. It takes a little bit of time. But when we hit 20,000 subscribers, we are going to be doing African ancestry, which narrows down to the exact tribe. One is going to tell us both of our parents, and the other one's going to tell us our father's side.
Hopefully that'll be later this year.
Yep, absolutely. Well, thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next video.
All right, bye, y'all.
Bye.